Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Desire Talks podcast. I am your host, Ethan Bradbury, and today we are bringing on not one but two guests. We've had two guests on before, but they were just friends in the industry, and we thought let's do a three-way, not in the naughty sense, just a three-way podcast. But this duo, this two, they are in fact a genuine couple, and a lot of people have actually been requesting over Instagram and Twitter saying they would really like to hear about from a couple that do OnlyFans together. So I've reached out. I've got a couple coming on, a boy and a girl, a male and a female. And yeah, let's find out their story. All right, everyone. So here we go. We have a couple, a genuine real life couple who got into the sex work industry. Would you like to introduce yourselves and tell us a little about you two?
Kate.
And I'm Reggie.
Yeah.
So we are a cam slash content creator couple. It's been doing it about 6 months now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
since January.
Yeah, since January, but full time really about 3 months really.
Okay, so you started 6 months ago. Did you? What was the thing that made you to? Actually, now let's back step in further. Come on, before you got into this, what's roughly what you are willing to share? What's your backgrounds? Like, you obviously didn't always do sex work.
No, no, I did mental health.
Yeah.
I was management. Yeah, I did mental health management. Worked in that for 5-6 years, and then obviously lockdown happened. Came out of that really, and went into just sort of helping out a mate doing roofing.
Okay.
You was doing.
I was a hairdresser.
Yeah.
I've literally been a hairdresser since I was 16, and it's like coming into this job now, it's like hard trying to push away the regulars. I still sort of semi do hairdressing on the odd occasion, but this is like full time now.
Okay, so the hairdressing, it sounds to me that you don't do it because you the money or anything. It's more so you've got old clients or friends, I imagine, who are like,
Yeah.
I need you to, yeah. They're keeping you tethered to that hairdressing.
Yeah, they're like, please don't leave me.
Yeah, that was all it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas I just quit. I literally just quit my jobs.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Well, you've not been doing it long. So when was that time scale of being able to quit your job? Or did you just do it straight away?
So we started because obviously we were doing like the camming.
We trialed it in October.
Yeah, we trialed it
previous. And we sort of were on and off with it then because like we were a little bit unsure, and then we just thought, do you know what, how about we just quit our jobs and then just start like from scratch, like from January. Yeah, literally we just gave up everything. We were just like, bam.
Yeah, I'm like all or nothing as well.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what, it's literally like, well, I just think if you put something full time in, it's going to be rewarding in the end. And
I just rewarding straight away.
Yeah, we literally quit. And then so quit on a Friday, started up literally full time on a Monday.
And that was just camming. That wasn't like the whole platforms of like.
Yeah. So literally, it was just camming, and it was a lot of high demand. They kept saying, "Oh, set up OnlyFans, set up OnlyFans." Like literally, they kept going on and on. We were just like, "Oh, for goodness sake, right, fine," because we literally just like rushed our names. We were just like, do you know what? We're just gonna go with these names, whatever. It's not like anyone's gonna know. But then obviously we got deeper and deeper and deeper into it. We were just like, well, we're gonna have to set up an OnlyFans now.
Yeah,
and you're stuck with good old Reggie.
Yeah, I got stuck with the names. I didn't think we'd take off that well.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought we would just. Honestly, we went to earn like 500 quid a month extra, just as a bit of like, a bit of holiday money, doing the 9-to-5 jobs. We never had that much money extra. Whereas like, fuck it, if we can get enough like just to earn a bit of money to go away the weekends and stuff like that. And then like in the first like 2 days, we were like, we had already hit that. And we want to do that over a month. So we were like, bloody hell, like we saw the reward.
So these first camming days, the ones where you said you trialed it, like, so what kind of money did you hit on those early days?
We were really lucky. Like
I think initially we didn't know what the money was, if that makes sense, because it comes out as like, it's like tokens. So we were just like, oh yeah, like we just don't know what this is until we actually got the check through the door. We were like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. So like the first, so Are we allowed to say like what like site we're on? Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so we started off like with Chatterbait. We obviously looked through like a few sites, and we were like, look, this seems the best one. Started watching like a few couples, like how it worked, and then we're like, just fuck, let's just do it. So the first, I think, week we done about £1,000.
Yeah,
which
all right,
yeah, we were like,
Yeah.
Obviously we're like, fucking hell, Jesus Christ, like
That was literally the
first week we started.
And
like,
in that week, how many hours were you on cam?
This is the thing that we liked, because obviously we've got like family outside of this, like we've got a daughter, so we needed like more time to ourselves. So that was like 4 hours in a night.
Yeah,
so,
just one night.
Yeah, so like no, that was over like we did like start at 9 and then we finish at like 12 or 1.
In total, it would be like a 1-day shift. So
Yeah,
I would say about 8 hours in total it took to make that much money.
Yeah,
8 hours, and you've got like a salary each.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's great.
2-3 hours a night. Yeah,
and that's when you just started. And now down the road, I mean, you don't have to say like exact figures of what you're earning, but now you've probably got more of a fan base and a following. Would you say it's gone better, or?
I'd say like the most we've ever done in a night is about 1,600 quid.
Okay.
So, and that
was
was
a night.
We normally started about 9.
How many hours was that? That was like 4 hours.
4 hours, yeah.
I think we were in shock at time, like, whoa.
It's just one of them things, like, you know, when you have a good day at work, and obviously with this job, the sky's the limit. So you can have a good night on a Friday. It helps where we're English as well, and like you can just like interact with them, because obviously English is obviously everyone understands it.
You have banter.
You have the same
like
banter,
that.
and obviously people drinking on a Friday night.
I didn't think so. So you find a Friday night where is the night where you can earn a lot more money.
Yeah.
People coming out the pubs.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, obviously like if they've obviously it's a bit of fun.
Unfortunately as well, Chatterbait doesn't work for everyone. I would say you especially like are good talkers, so we can sit and chat sort of like, and a lot of people don't tend to like to put that effort in, because they're just like, oh, well, where's the money kind of thing. But we kind of put the effort in, which makes them like I've seen in some of your other podcasts, they like to get to know you as a person. They find you funny, and it's like they get to know us, and then they just end up sort of sending you money because they like you.
It's not all sexual.
Well, that's what I was thinking about the pub thing on the Friday, because like, if someone just wants to bash out a quick wank, they can just stick porn on. But with yourselves, it's like people who go out on the like for a drink on the weekend, they want to pull. They've also maybe not pulled, or they just haven't got female attention because they just don't get female attention. And they're like, right, I want to be able to interact with someone, and instead of just watching a girl on their own, I want to imagine that I'm kind of the bloke of that scenario. Obviously, you two being a couple. So when they're, I don't know what you two get up to on cam, but I imagine they could say, oh, when you two are having a bit of a fondle, they're like, oh, that's me, that. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we get that a lot. Like, it's more of a having like a interactional like a session, I suppose. Like they can sort of, we go like do privates and stuff like that, where they will sort of like feel like they're controlling us both. So
have you two thought about how this is going to progress in the future, as in technology?
Not really, no.
You need to think
for us,
like
VR, drop those.
Yeah.
So you could end up having like webcams, I don't know, that like 360 view, because that tech is kind of there.
Now, yeah.
So you can have like a little bulb webcam in your room, and then you two could just be there. You know what I mean?
Well, that'd be great, actually. I didn't actually think about that. Like
that's where tech's going like these days. So
because they do like
you
VR
can get
stuff.
one of those. Yeah, because there's a couple on there that we've literally loved. They're quite funny. They do it in their RV. They do it in the RV. And they have like a camera, so like whenever they move, it's censored, so they move. The camera moves with them. It would be so much easier.
That's funky.
It is pretty cool. Yeah, so it just follows you around. It's like sensor motion.
That's really cool. And they do that from an RV.
Yeah, in their RV.
It's like a big, like old RV. It's few hundred grand.
They've done well.
Yeah, they've done really well.
Fair play to them. So, all right then. So you use Chatterbait. So just for people to find that, what's your username on there? Do you have like a profile people follow?
Yeah, so we are British Beauties on there.
Yeah.
That's how. Yeah, but we could obviously be called that when we came to OnlyFans, so we had to change it.
So what's your OnlyFans handle then?
Oh, where's his group? Oh,
I think our OnlyFans one's Reggie Kate, isn't it?
yeah, Reggie Kate is our OnlyFans. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we're wrong, people listening or watching this, just have a look in the description. It'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the best thing to do.
That's the best.
So obviously we've now taught the webcamming. No, let's stick on it. I was going to say let's move to OnlyFans, but let's stick on the webcamming. Do you get asked some weird stuff?
Yes.
Oh, I literally like some of the things that you get asked on there. We came onto the webcamming kind of thinking we were quite kinky. When we went on there, we had to Google like 90% of the requests. Yeah. We're like, and I was like, oh yeah, we do that. So like quickly going off the side, like, what the hell is this? Like, honestly.
And sometimes you're like kind of directed down to a point. So I think there was one. It was literally like you'd think it was just a simple foot job, but it wasn't. He wanted it in detail, where to put my foot, how to do it, and literally all the motions, everything. Yeah. There's
all sorts of different foot jobs apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, not just one.
Yeah.
A calloused foot job.
Yeah, exactly. It was we've had, I think the strangest one that sticks in my mind was pretty much asking to sit on your knees. It was.
You think that's strange?
Yeah, it was
one of the strangest.
You felt awkward. You felt like this isn't normal.
Yeah,
it was like I was naked. I was naked as well, and he was asking like to sit like on the edge of the bed and sit on her knees, so they were like bending backwards. And I was like, at some point, I was like, he's actually trying to get me to like break her knees. And he was like, can you just like bounce a little bit? And I was thinking, nah, now I'm starting to get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, no more for this. I was like, and he was like, oh, what?
Some of the requests, because I don't cam, but I get requests for pay-per-view videos myself. And I'm just like, no, like that, you are genuinely just wanting to make me look like a tit.
The thing is, I don't mind them, the ones that make me look like a tit, because I'm just like,
I think you've missed one request where basically someone had sent me a leather jacket through the post.
Oh yeah.
And he wanted me to wear all leather, but he wanted me to vomit.
Oh.
On me.
Yeah.
In places.
Like the leather, I was like, okay, he obviously likes leather, but then I saw I thought I could see where this was going, but then here's some leather. Now be sick, please. That's just
weird. No, he wanted me to swim in it as well.
And with milk.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's the weird. I would say that was the weirdest one.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you didn't do that one, yeah?
No.
We thought about it. We were like, yeah. And then we were like, actually, when I came to do it, I was like, no. I was actually thinking, because you've actually got me sick in places where I don't really want sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't dive into any of that, any sort of requests we get like from that now, because obviously initially you just kind of think, oh, this is kind of what we have to go with, but no, we just
it's finding your limits, definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
First, we were just trying to impress. We were like, we have to do this because this person said to do it, and then we realised that it's not like that.
It's not the case at all. You're human beings at the end of the day. You're not performing monkeys.
Absolutely.
And that's why you get treated like sometimes. Yeah, it is quite hard.
Yeah. It is quite a common thing. They think because they're dropping money down, you'll just do anything, and it's not the case.
Definitely,
but different people have different boundaries. I mean, have you two got any hard limits? Because it's still early days for you two.
I say that nothing's really off limits. It's just we're still discovering ourselves. Blood isn't off limits. Yeah.
Water sports.
Pass out. I just pass out of blood.
Well, maybe water sports. Maybe at some point.
Yeah.
Actually, Reggie, I remember you saying to me you were asking about the sexual health testing, and you're like, "Can we do them just by finger pricks? Does it have to be needles?"
Cheers for stitching me up here.
Yeah, I know, but like that I'm just bringing it up because
I was honestly petrified of it. Like literally, I had one in my arm, and I remember like sort of sat up. And then she was like, "You're right," and that was it. Nosedive to hit the floor.
Bloody hell!
Literally, my nose was all scuffed.
Oh shit!
Like, what's going on? And she was like, "You're right." I was like, "Yeah." So I had like the needle was like dangling. I was like, "Oh no!" Flaked it again.
Well, speaking of which, since we're on the subject, have you actually followed that up to see if they'll do a finger prick at that place?
I haven't. I'm calling today. I tried
Yeah.
to call earlier, but yeah, it was busy. So I was like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna give them a call this afternoon. But I do. I need to get it. I just need to get it done really from
Yeah.
there.
So for those listening, what we're talking about is the sexual health tests, and obviously there's swabs going in every orifice, and then urine tests, blood tests, and the ones at home you can get them done with the finger prick. And what we're just trying to double check is, in certain clinics, can you opt for the finger prick? Is all we're talking about. So,
Yeah.
you know,
If not, I'm gonna have to just go for the blood test and just maybe took some like numbing cream on it or something. So
yeah, just look away.
It's the feeling. It feels like cold coming out, and then I'm like, oh god, oh no, I know it's coming out.
Yeah, yeah. You'd be no good at donating blood. Have you ever done it? Either of you?
No.
The needle is out. It's huge.
Yeah, no chance. Just the thought of it makes me sweaty.
Yeah, nah, it's a big one, that. All right, so let's move on to the OnlyFans side. So you got kind of talked around to doing OnlyFans through camming, through the fans.
Yeah.
Did you find, because you obviously already had them as a fan base, that you actually grew quite quick to begin with, or is it still a slow slog?
Yeah, we grew quick.
Quick, nice.
So I say we grew quick. We grew quick to start. So we basically, for people obviously that don't know, obviously we got like 100 fans within about 2 weeks.
Sweet.
So we were gaining, because obviously we had built that up initially, the actual being on the cam. People were like, oh, please go OnlyFans, we want to follow you. So after that initial build up, it slowed down quite rapidly, but we still get quite a few fans that's probably our main.
Yeah, so like basically if we go on Chatterbait and say if we go on for like about 3 hours, I would say the minimum we would get is 5 subscribers just by being on there for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Say if we go on, like if we did a day session on Chatterbait, so this would be maybe just about 5 hours, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe about 20 subscribers. Yeah, literally, it was.
Okay.
We've had that anytime we do a day session, especially a Friday, that it just goes sky high.
People but you get like the odd people that have obviously subscribed and then delete their subscription straight away.
Well, they're trying it on, but it doesn't work for them, what they think they're doing.
Yeah, they think, oh, if I delete it, that's the end of that.
Yeah.
But it built up really quick. But I say it slows down. I say if we don't go on, because our following, obviously social media wise, isn't as large as some others. We've got to still grow that to the side as well.
Yeah, because you are fairly new to the OnlyFans social media side, promoting it that way. But you're just starting to get into collabs-ish now, aren't you? Yeah. So if we're to look at your OnlyFans now, so if I sign up, what kind of content have you got there?
So we have got pretty much like pictures of each of us, obviously. And then we've got videos of us both. And then videos with like threesomes with another female, outdoor stuff, all the sort of generic sort of together stuff, really.
So what I'm getting at is that's where you're at now, and you're already doing quite well, and obviously the webcam and that. Have you got plans down the road for what's to come that's on your OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's like literally.
Okay, you just jumped at that. You're like, yes, I know. So I want you to explain it. Go on, you tell me what's coming.
You want to know?
Yeah, I want to know. I want the listeners to know what exciting, amazing stuff.
Okay, so it's I don't know whether this would like majorly exciting, but I'll talk about just like a few little bits. Just because I know, and from just personal experience, that some of the ideas get taken.
Okay, well, you don't have to say exactly what exactly. You can be very vague here, then.
Oh, I mean, like this is just another like generic one. I mean, it's fantastic, and everyone loves it. I mean, who doesn't? It's just having a wrestling match like in a pool of jelly. I mean, Yeah, you know it,
Mm.
you know, and then just get a little bit naughty and yeah, because we did like I did a wrestling match with another female, and whoever won would basically get paid, and obviously I won,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was really, really fun, and they absolutely loved it, and we gained quite a lot of subscribers just by doing that. And I just thought, well, why don't we actually put that on our OnlyFans as well? Like, it would be
Okay.
quite fun. There's like I said, there's lots of like fun ideas that we sort of come up with, like, because that is what they like about us. They like the fun, and like we're very like, what's the word, like we're very ourselves. They enjoy us. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Well, as said, and you briefly mentioned it earlier, what I talk about is people follow you for you. And that's you there saying your OnlyFans shows off your variety, your personality, the kind of sense of humor with it as well, because not everyone would be up for having a laugh and having a wrestle in some jelly, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so you got that. So yeah, people are following you because they like you too. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So it's the collabs of the future are something we are going to do. How far we go with them, we're still quite unsure. Only
Stepping
because
stones, isn't it?
yeah, exactly like that. So like for people that have been in the industry a few years, like yourself, you know, it's you're open to them things. At the minute, we're still discovering of who we are as even just as a couple on here, like, and where we sort of fit in.
The niche.
The niche, yeah, definitely the niche.
Yeah.
We're still getting loads of tips from loads of great people. So yeah, seeing where we go, and we're never like saying no to nothing, like everything and nothing. But at the minute, it's just like so slowly getting there.
To be fair, I mean, for a couple so new to it, you seem very open-minded. For like you're there going, oh, we're not saying no to anything, but we're not ever saying we're definitely doing this. Like you literally contemplated the idea of being vomited on. It crossed your mind.
I know. What was I thinking?
Yeah.
I was like, I could do that. Then I thought about it. I was like, well, no, I couldn't. Like, but I say, yeah, it's just like stepping stones like now, and it's just a great industry, and the people are great. So it's just something that we're going to look to stay in, really.
Good. I actually didn't go into this at the start. Whose idea was it to start doing this? Oh, okay. So that's Kate then. How did you broach the subject then?
So it was initially, I'm pretty sure it was a Stacey Dooley program. So they had Chatterbait on a Stacey Dooley program, and we saw a couple on there, and I was just literally just like, why don't we try it? And then you were just like, I don't know, and I just kept like prodding, like, come on, we can do this. And obviously when we tried it, it just
we just sort of like on a Friday night, we're like, bit of Dutch courage, let's do it.
It just gave us so much adrenaline. Like when we started, we were like, oh my goodness.
We were hooked though, as soon as we started doing it. Like the first night, we were like, we got off and we were like, when you're like buzzing to do it, you're like, yes, bloody hell, we just don't know how much money, but whoa, who cares? Like, we were like, people were loving us.
Well, that's good. I mean, so the buzz, did you get the buzz from the actual while you were doing it, even without the money, or was it like the afterwards was the buzz?
To be honest, it was the money was kind of irrelevant at the time. We just really enjoyed like the whole. It's quite exciting. I think it's people watching you. I think it's quite exciting.
Yeah, because I've been like I've always been an open person, so I am always naked.
So you're a bit of an exhibitionist.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know, like doing it actually on a laptop or whatever, it was just like, oh.
It was a bit nerve-wracking at first.
Yeah,
but it was
like this is me.
Yeah. It was kind of like we just fell into it. As soon as we've done it, we just like, yeah, we'll just keep doing this.
That's great. All right then. So we have some fan questions. Yeah. I think we should move on into that. All right. So first question. This is from Crystal, and it's in, what is the hardest and the best part about doing this job together?
So the best part is, well, being a couple, really. If you're both doing it, I think the support from each other, and sort of the content actual creation side for me, I wouldn't personally have done it or started it if it wasn't for Kate. So having that support behind you for me was a massive A massive yes. And that's probably the easiest thing for me.
How about you, Kate?
know,
Anything
yeah.
for the best?
The easiest it is. The best part. I don't know, it's opened us up to a whole new world. Like it's something that I don't know, in the back of my mind I've always wanted to do. So it's expressed myself, but it's expressed us as a couple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about the worst? Let's flip it then. So the negatives.
Negative, the sex life.
Yeah.
Where you do it quite a lot. It's not affected like as in it's got better, but when you actually have your time, your actual couple time, the last thing you want to do is have sex.
Yeah.
Because you do it so much, you think I'd rather sleep and watch a film than actually. Yeah.
All your sex now is camera based acting for the camera. It might not be what you two would normally do on your own. You can't just do the whole.
Yeah, because we know how to separate it. It's like emotional and like being on camera. It's like it's two completely different things, and that's like, you know, I find that anyone watching kind of lacks that sort of understanding. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, like,
and
you can do this like all the time with each other and like enjoy it, and it's like.
Well, yeah, it's some of it is acting, obviously, when you've gone 3 or 4 times a night and you're like,
you're still enjoying it, but at the same time, when you're at home and it's just you two, sometimes it's nice just go, just the quickie, literally, like roll over in the morning, slip it in, you know. And sometimes that's really nice, but because you're doing it so much for camera, you've got to do this whole gymnastic approach of crazy positions and everything's filth.
I think as well, it's you become sort of like where like you kind of do all them things like you said, like the filthy sort of dirty side to it. People assume that that's our sex life, and it's not always like that. Like we still enjoy like the passionate, like just one position.
You'd be surprised that missionary is my favorite.
Honestly. And it's like it's something we don't
connection,
really do.
Eye contact, kissing, you know.
Absolutely.
All the stuff that people just want to see the action.
Yeah.
So they want to, we enjoy the passionate side. So it's really hard to obviously for them to think that separation side, obviously it's different.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next question. And this one's a little bit more lighthearted. When's Reggie taking one up to the whoopsie from one of the girls? So for those who don't know, we've got a big group chat going for the Desire events, and you two are in it. And all the girls just want to peg men, and we're trying to convince Reggie.
It's a thirsty group, isn't it, that one?
It's very thirsty. The ladies love the man hoop.
It's something that I am looking to do.
Really?
Yeah, I will. Like,
Kate's doing a double take there for those who aren't watching. Those who are listening.
I don't know. I thought about it. Like something that I thought about a few times.
Have you done a cheeky? Kate, have you done a cheeky finger?
Yeah, she was doing really bad.
It's been requested so many times, and they're like, "Go on, Reggie," and I'm just like, "Yes, go on, Reggie."
Have you taken anything like a little dildo, little plug, nothing?
No, I've literally just like in the bath one time, just like, nah.
Okay, bit of tongue punching.
It was like, nah, go.
You liked it, like you did like it.
I'd have to be, maybe have a few drinks and try it one night.
All right, from my recommendation is try just like a tiny little butt plug. Now you can get those little metal ones.
Yeah.
Okay, have you got any anal toys?
Yeah.
Just pop one up. Let him do it solo if you want. Go have a tug and just feel what an orgasm feels like when you've got something up your ass. It's different.
That's it.
It's you're gonna end up being pegged in about 2 weeks after you've done it. You're like, fuck.
I'm gonna be a right pegging whore, aren't I?
I reckon he actually would. You actually would though.
I know, I'll just let anyone go in there.
He's like, no, I'm a man. And it's just like, yes, you will be a man.
It's one of them. It's experiment, do it at your own time. But I recommend you've got to try having at least one orgasm with something up your ass, just so you can kind of make that decision.
I might try it. I have to give it a go. Next couple of weeks, I'm gonna be the pegging king.
All right then. So let's move on to do you wish you'd done this sooner, or are you happy with the time you've begun your OnlyFans journey? And I'll change that to sex worker journey because you started camming before.
Yeah, I
kind of wish we did it.
wish we started before lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like everyone got a massive boost with lockdown because obviously people were inside.
If anything, Joe, I think it was harder because I started not long before lockdown.
Yeah.
And so many people jumped on it that you're all kind of battling it out. But at the same time, that brought a lot more of awareness to the world that OnlyFans existed.
Oh, sure.
So it did help, but also there's a lot of competition.
Like flooding and coming in.
So you've come in where there's a lot of people who started and gone, fuck it, it's harder than I thought, and they've quit. But the awareness is there now.
Yeah.
I feel like people, I feel like if you're in the industry and you're sort of in it after 6 months, I feel like then there's quite a lot of people that you sort of see like like when I'm sort of like scrolling through Twitter and Instagram, I then start seeing the groups of people. You can sort of like see a community coming together.
Yeah.
Like the old timers coming in, especially like the people that you've seen like over when you started originally looking that are still doing it, and you're like, wow, this guy's going to stay in it for a long time.
Yeah, definitely. People come and go, but there's the ones who like stick at it. They've persevered through the first trenches, you know.
Yeah, paved the way.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, interesting. Any advice for a new couple coming into the industry?
Don't think it's going to be easy, and don't think it's just shagging and uploading, because it really isn't. Like, we realized that with like OnlyFans, like we thought, oh yeah, just check a photo on and that'd be fine. But it's like 20% of it, like of what you actually have to do. And
be yourself.
Just be yourself.
Yeah. Become something that people are interested in, because like you said, you can just go to Pornhub.
Yeah, people are following you for your personality, and that's why I think camming. Because I don't do camming. Now I'm thinking, why the hell don't I? Just literally just talking to you now has made me think it, because that's the best place for your personality to come across. You're live,
and you love talking, so you'll be even better.
Yeah, I don't shut up. Okay, got one more. Oh no, we've got two more. Do you find there's more or less of the stigma of you doing OF as a couple versus if you were doing it as a single person?
I would say yes. I don't know. I think the stigma around women doing it on their own is sometimes a bit worse than if we're doing it as a couple.
It can be harder to get yourself out there if you don't know what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? If you're like a single.
I think women that
don't know how to advertise.
Women do OnlyFans now and get a harder time than couples do. I agree.
Yeah, I think as a couple, they kind of. To be fair though, you could get labelled as something that you're not. Because I don't know if you are or you're into it or previously have, but people could see a couple doing OnlyFans. They go, yeah, they're just swingers. Them.
We get that as well.
We get that all the time.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, we say to them, we're not swingers, we're creators. We don't sleep with anyone. And I'm sure there is people, and we got no problem, and there's nothing against them people.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's people who swing. There's no issue with that. Don't have anything against it. But I bet you get labelled that.
We get literally so like if we put like a Q&A up, we get, are you guys swingers? No.
Can I do a threesome with you?
Yeah, that's how. Can we have a threesome?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. I found another good question, which is related to this. Is how do people respond when they realise you're a creator couple?
They're a bit. We like.
Well, I think initially I got is your partner happy with you doing this? And I'm like, we do it together. And they're like, what? And they're like, how do I get my partner to do it with me? And it's
we've had quite a good feedback, really. Like we had it when we went to the last event, the Desire event. When we stayed up, it was in the Village Hotel, and the woman goes, "Oh, what are you up here for? Business or pleasure?" And we went, "Well, both." And she went, "Oh, what do you guys do?" And we were like, "Oh, we're just pornos." And she was like, "Oh, like pornos." She was like, "But we're pornos." Okay, now we're like content creators. And she was like, "I don't understand that." And they were porn stars. Someone did Beyond the Bar, and we were like, "Yeah." She was like, "Oh my god, like that's so interesting." And we're like, "Yeah."
Every time as well, we get sat down, like, "Oh, can we like?" They
just
want to know.
A few questions,
sit down and talk and ask a few questions a lot.
I think, for me personally, the people who I thought would have been really supportive weren't, and the people who, not all of them, but some, and then people who I thought would be arseholes were quite like, oh, fair play, you know. How'd you find that with friends and stuff?
Yeah, it's the same,
to be fair, I am very, very grateful for the community that we've found, like, you know, you and everybody else. And my family have been absolutely great about
they're the biggest supporters.
Yeah, biggest supporters.
Yeah, we literally.
My grandma was the most interested in knowing, like,
really?
Yeah, she wanted to know a lot of information.
Future collab pendant.
It's like, this is weird.
Yeah, that's quite funny actually. Fair play, grandma.
Yeah.
My mum actually comments on my pictures, like,
oh, it's so
you're
bad.
beautiful, darling. Like, please stop doing that.
Yeah, it's like
really?
And she's like, well done, darling. Great captions. Like,
Great captions. Well, but does your mum have like input when you're talking about collabing with people, and your mum's like, no, not that one, no, or is your mum like, oh, they're hot?
Yeah, my mum.
She's just like, oh, okay.
My mum likes the really flamboyant, like really like pretty men, doesn't she? She's like, oh, these are nice guys. I'm like, wrong side for me, mum.
Yeah.
But
so if your mum starts swooping in your male mates DMs, you know, don't be surprised.
That's what she said. She said at the last event, get some photos of these guys for me. I'm like, yeah, sure, mum. Yeah, just pimping me out.
Well, that's interesting. Everyone, we're having to redo this entire meeting. We just paused and we've changed to a better camera, and it's finally working. No one in the end.
I don't know what's happened. Like, look how clear that is.
Nah, to be fair, no, the footage we've got all the way through is spot on. It's all good. It's all
shit, don't we?
Yeah, just your eyes look that extra more beautiful now, Reggie.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Kate, your hair's just all beautiful, blowing in the wind and stuff. Have you got a fan on, have you? Because I can't hear it.
Yeah, everyone just that.
Oh, fair play. I can't hear it. That's like the quietest fan in the world.
It's sweaty when you're doing cam work and you just like get that breeze. You're like, oh yeah, that's good.
Do you know what? Yeah. So for those at home, porn is a sweaty job.
It is 90% sweat.
Yeah.
It honestly is. It's horrible, isn't it? We've like done like when we do like the collab or something, and you're like more than 2 people in the room, and it's like, oh no, it's like horrible.
Yeah. But you just got to be careful with like the fan noise when recording videos and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, you're like, oh crap, you can't hear anything but that noise.
Pretty much. All right, so we're going to dive back into these questions. This one's quite interesting because it's both of you are answering for each other. Well, it's your own opinion what you'd say. What is one piece of advice you'd wish you'd have given each other sooner?
Okay.
I would probably.
Can you speak up a little bit, Kate? You're a little bit quiet there.
On cam work, I would say probably not accept so many freeloaders, because initially you don't realize who is and who isn't, and you waste so much time. Probably say that to you and to myself.
Yeah,
you waste so many hours and like replying and things like that, and it's just like, why did I just waste all this time when I could have been doing something else? Yeah,
I would say definitely be more confident from the get-go.
Yeah,
like, if they don't like you, fuck them.
Was Kate a bit shy at first, or?
Well, it's when we first sort of started.
You're both shy.
Like,
no, I wasn't.
We both have no filter, but when we were like first on that, he was kind of a bit like, you can't say that.
Yeah.
But I don't really care what I say. But then now it's kind of like they like that. They like that we just sort of like, because sometimes we're a bit like Gogglebox, like we'll argue.
We do argue quite a lot. We are honestly, we argue all the time.
But they actually love it. They love that we argue on there.
Yeah, but definitely just more confident.
And then they're like, flash your tits. There you go.
Argument over.
Well, that again is just this personality thing. It's a clearly genuine couple when you're there having like a couple's like squabble. Like, it's like, will you fucking put that away?
Yes,
I don't know.
That's what you guys like as well.
Really?
Yeah, we've had like, she's actually walked off before on cam because she stole my water.
He actually stole my water. Okay,
Oh,
we are not going to have this conversation.
Yeah,
again.
but anyway, we had an argument over water on cam. She stormed off and she was behind the camera going, "You can fucking apologise. Apologise, you can. I'm not coming back on sitting on there with you." I was like, "Just sit on it."
I think
All right.
the people in our room kept increasing as well.
Yeah.
It was like, because obviously it's a chat room and it was going like another 100,
Yeah,
another
maybe, yeah.
100, another 100.
That's quite funny.
You show you your vagina? Why have you not done that yet?
Yeah, honestly.
Have you just a thought? Have you ever thought of like staging like something like that just to see what happens
What do you mean?
Like staging an argument.
on cam? Because it can be part of the scene. Like you could be
Yeah.
thinking of it an acting scene, and it does end up obviously with going at it.
Saucy, yeah.
I've kind of said that. I say that more so. Like,
Yeah. We could just naturally let it flow anyway. I think we should probably argue anyway in the end.
Yeah, but just do some funny stuff. I just grab a pillow and just pillow fight.
Yeah.
Proper take one of the other out, and then what?
We have got some news actually. Well, possibly we have going on for a conversation we had a few weeks ago about doing potentially a TV
Oh,
possibly.
Yeah.
possibly.
It's
We're going through casting.
Yeah, we're going through casting in a minute,
moment.
but we sort of had a good bit of feedback. So
yeah,
That's
because
good.
we actually went through the casting process together, but then I got contacted
did
on my personal profile, like, oh, have you blah, blah, and I was just like, we're already going through the casting process.
Yeah,
with
so
you. This is really strange.
Yeah, so we got like approached like a few times, and then when we were going for the casting, they approached us again, like, "Oh, can you actually apply?" And we're like, "We're already going for the casting." They were like, "Oh, good, really, really good." We're like, "Oh yeah," so we're sort of waiting on to hear from that.
They're keen. Fingers
Yeah,
crossed.
very keen. So hopefully, and it's shooting in September.
Okay, that's really, really soon then. So fingers
Really,
crossed.
really soon. Yeah, and
Awesome.
after you get your boobs done.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, perfect timing as well. Then new boobs for TV.
New boobs for TV. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, those listening here, there's going to be new boobs soon on that OnlyFans. Get subscribing. Link below. All right. So last question. So how do you set boundaries? Is there anything that one person wants to do that the other one doesn't, and how do you deal with those differences?
So
I think it was just the pegging, wasn't it?
The boundaries wise, I'll say we're discovering them ourselves really. Like you sort of discover within the job.
Yeah.
Because then someone says something you don't do, you think, oh, that's a boundary that I'm not going to do.
Yeah.
There's never really a boundary. Your boundary is what you sort of set it as on the time of asking, really.
But is there anything though that like one of you wants to do that the other one doesn't yet, or just doesn't ever?
Pegging, I think.
The pegging.
Yeah, I think it's just the pegging, really.
I know he will.
But I will eventually just
Yeah.
get into
It's
it.
just get that. Try a little thing first. Say you think I don't, and if you don't like it, you don't like it.
That's
Yeah.
it. Just give it a go. I'm up for trying it once or twice. Why not?
Yeah, that's best attitude you have, really. To try things and see what's what.
Otherwise, yeah, nothing really is out of bounds.
Okay. So, before we close out, is there anything that you would like to say to anyone, any people you know, any people in the industry, any other fans? Go for it.
Is there anything you want to say?
I don't know.
Well, just thank you for everyone's support, really. It's more of a thank you to everyone sort of at the Desire event. Honestly, you guys, to be honest, with the side of obviously the camming we do, obviously you, Mr. Britain, and obviously Goddess Goth, massive thanks to you both for obviously having such a great event. We obviously were.
I wouldn't have known where to start.
When it comes
to like TikTok or anything, like because initially like I didn't know where to look or anything, like sort of search up on TikTok, and then when you guys came up after we came to the event, it was like, oh, I know what to do now. Like, I wouldn't have known what to do without you guys.
And the community, having a community of people, creators behind you is a massive help out. Doing it alone, it can be quite lonely, I suppose, when you've got friends that aren't in the industry as well. They don't really understand. They just think you're shagging for money. That's that's probably sort of as far as their knowledge goes. They don't really ask much about it. So having obviously friends in this is a massive help out.
Yeah, like because before we've never really found people that I would say are like us, you know, loud, open, like, you know, and well, explore this kind of thing. And like when we attended the first event, like meeting everyone, it was like, wow, we've met our soulmates.
Yeah, everyone there is amazing. Yeah, it's definitely brilliant.
Oh, definitely. Do you know what? I've not even thought to discuss that this much on the podcast, but it's a very valid point. It's if you're in the industry or contemplating being in this industry, get yourself a community of other sex worker friends, network chat. Don't it's not all about messing each other for shout out and collabs and hook. Actually, just genuinely get to know people in the industry because.
And you learn something new every day in the industry. There's nothing like we're still learning now, and I'm sure you're still learning stuff. You're like, oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And having like so many people to have your back and to have like the knowledge, it's just so much easier. It takes a lot of weight off of your shoulders.
Definitely. All right, so we're going to end it there. Thank you two for coming on. Really appreciate it. And hope the listeners hope you enjoyed it. And tune in next time for Desire Talks podcast. Right, goodbye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.